What
let's
is the
go with the
black dollar
black dollar
blackout?
black. Yeah, let's go with the black dollar blackout.
Okay.
So let me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up the joint from our website, Real Brother, RealBrosLive.com if you want to check it out. / black dollar blackout. All right. So what the black dollar blackout is, I just want to take a few minutes to go over it and see, how everybody feels about it, or if anybody has any comments. All right. So what the black dollar blackout is, we came up with this because the only way to affect the bottom line and the only way to get, real attention and to get people to listen to you these days or any days is to affect their financial bottom line. You gotta hit them pots. So what we want to do is we want to get our people together, unite, and on Saturday, June the 11th, 2022, we're asking that everybody will refrain from spending $1. Like, don't spend any money until we get what we want. And we have a small list of demands that we can start with. And if anybody has any other ideas about something that's literally owed to us by the government, we'll
Now,
take
I
any
got a question.
suggestions.
When you say demands, what do you mean? So withhold the dollars
Demands.
on that day, and
Withhold
then
the dollars until the government or whoever controls the purse strings, give us our reparations, or at least negotiate reparations. All right,
So
because listen to this. All right, so just out of we were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule. Remember that? You heard of that, right?
Yes.
Our financial compensation should cover the 400 years that we were kidnapped and human trafficked. And I don't even know if there's a statute of limitations on that or not. I'm still looking into that. We were taken away from our communities and culture for free slave labor. So 400 years, and let's say 10 billion for each year, that's about $4 trillion that we're owed by the U.S. government.
That now who would get
give
that?
or take.
All black people? Any black
Yep.
person would get that?
Black person. Yep.
Any black person would get $400 million. Is that what you said?
No, it would be a collective $4 trillion for the black community. Right.
Like,
and that would go towards
like organizations,
black healthcare, black colleges, black education. I mean, there's a whole lot that the black community could use that money for, right?
Okay.
And not going to space.
Okay.
Another thing, black people in this country shouldn't be paying taxes. Our people paid our taxes in the blood, sweat, and tears that we used to literally build this country and to build generational wealth for the people that had us enslaved.
So that would be one of the demands, as you said. That would be one of the demands.
Yes. Yep.
We want you to write something and exempting black people, all black people from paying taxes. So is that does that include
or some kind of tax structure? You have to start we have to it's possible to negotiate, but we have to have a starting point, right?
Right. Yeah.
The other thing that we need is sovereignty. We were promised 40 acres and a mule, but we only got the mule. I'm being facetious, but what I'm saying is we need our own land and infrastructure to build black cities and our own sovereign land, just like the Indians did.
So what does that look like?
Over 500 sovereign nations inside the U.S.
So you saying
we don't even have one?
So are you saying cut a little space out in Jersey or someplace and say that this land belongs to black folk?
Anywhere. It could be any city, it could be any city.
But just put some land to the side and say this land belongs to black folk.
Correct.
Okay. And now who would determine what can be done on that land? How do you determine who's going to govern, who's going to provide governance over that land?
Well, it would be up to the people. It would be up to the people. We
up
can
to the
have
black.
votes on it. The thing is, you have to have that. That is a secondary. Like, we have to actually get them to the table to negotiate things like that. And the people who are negotiating, which would be, Real Brothers, our attorneys, whoever, you know what I mean? Whoever was involved in negotiation would say, where that land, where that money, where how much tax exemptions we should be owed. It's it's all open. But until we do something to bring them to a negotiation, we have no power.
Okay.
We don't have power without unity, right? I say this all the time. We don't have unity, we don't have power. We don't have power, we don't have change. That's the only way we're going to get change. They're not going to change it just be out of the niceness of their hearts.
Nike, I do agree. It has to start somewhere. And actually, I do like the some type of tax break. I don't know what form, but I think that would be relatively easy to do. I think that would be relatively easy to, even if you say you don't pay income taxes for the rest of your life. I can see that. I can see that. I think it becomes more challenging when you start talking about, like land.
Because one of the things is crazy. I shouldn't be paying more taxes than what's that dude, Jeff Bezos or Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? They should be made to pay it. That's another issue, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if they're not paying taxes, why should black people have to pay taxes? And we literally built this country.
Now, how do you respond to Voice X, who says they don't give a damn and we aren't getting crap from this government? How do you respond to Voice X?
Well, you won't know until you won't know until you do what you like. Okay, so I could see if I was saying
black-dollar blackout. That's the point of it.
Yeah, that's the point. But what I'm saying is, I could see if the black-dollar blackout, or we were given some solution that made people say, well, I don't know them guys. I'm not giving them any money.
Donate money.
We're not asking anybody for any money. We're just telling you to take your money, your hard-earned money, and just not spend it. That's not hard at all. We're asking that you take your hard-earned money and keep it in your pocket until, if enough people do that.
Well, is this, wait a minute, is this one day? Is this, I thought it was June the 11th, or is it
starting June the 11th?
So we withhold money until we get we get our demands met.
Yep.
So
why not? Why not?
Well, I mean, now
that because the thing is, it's not hard to. Like, I can see if I was saying, well, we need to, we need you to donate all this money, blah, blah, blah.
No, but if you're saying not spending any money, but if you're saying not spending any money anywhere until these demands are met, what if they don't come to the table for a month?
Then you don't spend no money for a month.
And then how do you survive? How do you get back and forth to work?
Well, you could do something like this. We could, like I have it in the in our plan. You could spend money when you have to, just to spend it with black businesses. Unless it's specifically a black-owned business, you don't spend any money.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mean, again, yeah, I do.
If y'all go to the site, y'all can see the history of reparations. So people that you said will tell me, oh, they're not going to give you reparations. Well, why they not going to give us reparations? And they've given it to every other ethnicity. They've given it to the Japanese, the Jewish, Native Americans. They've given, even Canadians have gotten reparations from us.
Now, Voice X asked another question.
The American Indians.
All right, listen.
Germans.
Voice X, he asked another question. They're not going to give one group of people outright preference in the tax structure. How would you feel if you were part of another ethnicity? So what now I understand what Voice X said, but I think that's
not true. American Indians on those reservations don't pay taxes.
And I think Voice X that like I said, that's relatively easy because you identify who you are when you pay your taxes. So if it says, if it mentions your ethnicity on the tax form, and they just say, okay, even if they say you pay half of what's due or something like that, I think that's low hanging fruit. If, again, just talking about, what would be easy to implement versus what would be a little more challenging.
See, the easiest thing to do is to say what you can't do. You know what I mean? If everybody always went around and said what they can't do, nothing would ever get done.
True.
It can be done because we know for a fact that it has been done in the past. Check out our website, Black Dollar Blackout. Scroll to the middle of the page, and you'll see all of the people and all of the nationalities who have received reparations from the American government. We have not.
I agree that something needs to be done.
Our bill is due.
Agree
our bill is due.
Something needs to be done. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think that, like you said, if there were gains made on a people's labor, over hundreds of years, and you can basically, and you can do forensic investigation and kind of look at the companies that were benefiting from that labor. So you can go back and take a look at these dynasties that were built on those peoples, so I'm not opposed to that at all. And like I said, I think that some type of adjustment in the tax structure is low hanging fruit. I think that's easy. And that's not, I don't even think, to be honest with you, that's not even asking a lot. I think that will go a long way, Knight.
There's a brother, and I have a link to his page on our website, Dr. Claude Anderson. And he has actually a plan for reparations, and it's structured just like I'm saying. And that is part of, I've looked at his material, and I agree with him 100%. The Indians did it. All we would have to do is structure our, because their lawsuit said that their land was taken from them and their people were murdered, and the American government benefited, and the wealthy people benefited from their land. So we could have the same exact lawsuit, and all we would have to do is change land to labor. If you think about it. Because they used they kidnapped us for one, brought us here in chains, and then used our free labor, and then forced us to give them free labor. You understand?
I agree.
We're owed for that. They owe us for that, and that bill is due.
Charmaine said, now Shai said it's not preference, it's reparations. I'm not sure what he means by that. It's not preference. Shai said it's not preference. It's reparations. Yeah, I'm not sure what he means by that.
I think I know what he means. Or Shice, if you want to come on and elaborate, but I think I know what you mean, brother. I think he means like it's not a choice whether they want to give us. They owe us. It's not a preference. It's not whether they want to do it or if they're thinking about doing it. They have to do it. They have no choice.
Right. It's a payback. It's reparations. Okay.
It's reparations, right?
That's
it's not if they're going to do it.
Now, Charmaine said if it's done properly, as far as planning and working together, we could carpool, bike, walk, etc. I guess she's talking about the question when I said as far as not spending any money. But then you changed that though. You said now you're looking at spending it with black businesses or the essentials. The essentials, the food.
And here you go.
The gas.
What if all black people took vacation at the same time? We can shut this shit down.
Yo, that's interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
everybody, we ain't spending no money and we ain't working till we get our money. When somebody owe you money, what do? You're like, man, can I get my money? Right. Same thing. Government. Yo, can I either I get my money or we shutting the shit down?
All right, June 11th.
I mean, it's not. That's why. And the guy asked me earlier today on the post. He was like, "Well, why don't you just do it now? Because you need time to organize. You need time to spread the word. Right. You need time to build the movement. You know what I mean?
Well, hopefully, if he asks that question, he'll see it, and then he'll be a part of helping to spread the word. You know, so you know. All right, let's read. Let's read another one.
This guy is saying, why do we think it'll work now? Because it's time.
Yeah,
because it's time.
I agree. I mean, in some form, like in some form, I agree with you wholeheartedly. In some form, and again, like we just sitting here talking now, that by June the 11th, it could be something totally different or even better fleshed out as far as this is what we think is the best way.
And that's why that's another reason why you do something like this down the road, so you can cultivate it before you.
Absolutely. Okay. You know what? Also, folks, send us your suggestions and ideas. You know, just send it to us. You see, we open to talk. All right, let me read what this other person says. Well, I click off the screen. All right, she said, if we truly want to stand our ground and collect what's due to our people, we can. We got to have strong plans, strong and consistent leadership, and followers walking and talking together. I agree with that totally.
Totally agree with that.
I totally agree with that.
Totally agree.